Hi everybody, welcome to my kitchen. Welcome to Karen's Sizzle and Spice. Today I'm making a really fun recipe. It's called barbecue muffins. Now this is almost like a meal in a muffin. Serve it with a salad or a vegetable. You've got a great easy meal. These are nice to make ahead of time too, and then just pop them in the toaster oven or the microwave to heat them up. This is all we're gonna need today. We're gonna need a pound of ground beef. We're gonna be using some sharp cheddar for topping. In our sauce, we're gonna be using brown sugar. We're going to be using salt and pepper, of course. We'll be using some delicious chili powder. We'll be using some apple cider vinegar. We'll be using some ketchup and some kind of biscuits. This will probably, I have grands here. They're 8 big biscuits, but I could probably make about 10 or 12 of these. I'll show you how. Let's get this started. We're gonna need a cupcake tin for this one. And you know what? You can top these almost like you would a taco. I have some great, beautiful chives that I just picked out of my garden I can put on top. You could put sour cream on top, tomatoes, whatever you like. Friends, I have my oven set to 375, and I'm going to spray my cupcake tin here well with some nonstick spray. I don't want anything sticking to this. And I'm gonna open up my biscuits here. There we go. I love giving this a good whack. Love that every time. So friends, if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, I don't know what you're waiting for. Just click on that little red button. You'd really be helping me out a lot. I'm so excited when I get comments from you guys. Please keep them coming. Lots of good suggestions, lots of good observations. You guys are very observant. Sometimes you don't know that I'm washing my hands probably, would you say, Ed, maybe 30, 40 times during a video? Washing my hands constantly. That's just a given in between processes, so I don't need to waste video time on that. And guess what? I'm on TikTok, you guys. I can't believe I am. I'm figuring it out a little bit as I go. I'm gonna leave the link for that in the description of my video where all my links are. Please take a look at it, give it a follow. I'd appreciate it. I'm having so much fun with it. I hope you guys enjoy it. The next thing we're gonna do here is we're gonna get our biscuits ready for our muffin tin here. The biscuits that I have are pretty big, so they're gonna be too big for each muffin cup, so I'm gonna make some adjustments here. Really, whatever kind of biscuits you have in the refrigerator will work. If you want to get the smaller ones, it might work a little bit easier for you. I just put a little bit of flour on my board here, and I'm just going to roll these out to about a 4-inch round is what works really well for the muffin tin. And you know what? You don't have to use a cookie cutter. I'm just using this to show you that a 4-inch cookie cutter works really well here. I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna press it into my muffin tin here. Look at how beautiful that is. And then the extra dough here, I'm gonna be able to make more of these muffins than I thought originally. So I'm just gonna get the rest of this tin filled and we'll move on to the next step. Okay, now that I have all my dough ready, what I wanna do is I wanna take a fork and I wanna poke these quite a bit. If I don't, they're gonna puff up in the oven. And again, I like to pre-cook these so that they come out crunchy. If I were to put my hamburger filling in here now, I'm afraid that dough wouldn't cook all the way and it would be mushy. And again, I like crunchy. So I'm just gonna give these a few pokes each. We don't want them to puff up in the oven. And we're only gonna put this in the oven for about 5 minutes or so. Can you hear that sizzling? I just put my ground beef in the pan while my muffins are browning. And all I'm gonna do is brown this all the way through and then we'll drain it. I'm just draining the ground beef here. My ground beef is browned now. I've got some great ingredients to add to that. My muffins are out of the oven, and as you can see, they're just starting to brown around the edges, and you see they're moving in here, so we know they've got a little bit of crunch to them already. These will be perfect. So let's come over here into the middle of my ground beef mixture, I'm adding, oh here, I need this. I'm adding about a half a cup of ketchup. I'm adding like 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. Yum, yum. This also almost reminds me of Sloppy Joe's. It's gonna be fantastic. I'm gonna use about a tablespoon of cider vinegar. Get that in here. It gives it such a great bite of flavor. I love what cider vinegar does to a recipe. I'm gonna add about a half a teaspoon or so of chili powder, but you can add more if you like. That's about a half a teaspoon or so. And then I'm gonna give it a good douse of salt and pepper. We're gonna give this a good stir. Let me put this back on again. And we're gonna let it simmer for probably about 5 minutes till all those flavors marry and mingle and, you know, get to know each other in the greatest way. Look at how beautiful that looks, guys. I'm gonna give it a taste now. You guys have to remember, always taste to tweak to make sure you don't need more salt or pepper or whatever. Needs a little more salt. We're just gonna give this a few more minutes to simmer away, and then we'll be filling up those muffins. You can see these still puffed up just a little bit in the middle, so I'm just taking a spoon to press each one of them down in the center so that I can fill them with as much of this fantasticness as I can possibly do. And I'm gonna take a nice little spoon like this, and I'm gonna fill each one up like that. Oh yeah, look at that. Yum, yum. I actually made about 1.5 pounds of ground beef here. That's what the package that I had. You know what? If there's any left over, I don't think Ed's gonna mind having like a loose meat sandwich, like a Sloppy Joe. What do you think, Eddie?
That sounds awesome.
Okay, look at these. Are they gorgeous or what? I'm topping each one with a good amount of cheese because, I mean, who doesn't like the cheese? I know Ed and I do, huh, Ed?
That's correct.
These are gonna go back in that 375-degree oven for about 15 minutes or so until the biscuits are nice and crispy and everything's gonna be bubbling. It's gonna be fantastic. I'm just taking a dull knife here and wrapping it around the edges. The only thing that would make these stick is that cheese. I just want to loosen them all before I plate them. There we go. Oh my gosh, friends, these look fantastic. It smells so good in here. I ended up just leaving these in the oven for about 15 minutes. They're perfectly crispy. I can't wait to taste them. I've got a little green onion. Go ahead and start, honey, you can taste. I've got a little green onion on top of mine. I'm gonna dip in a little sour cream, but you can put anything on these that you like. I guess some people would like even hot sauce. But let me give this a shot here. Let's try it. Oh, it's just beautiful. Can you hear that crunch? Ooh. So delicious. Just that little bit of cider vinegar in there, it gives it such a bam of flavor. Let me try a little bit with sour cream here. Just like a taco. Oh my gosh. What do you think?
Excellent.
They're so good. I took too big a bite, sorry. These are delicious. I'm sure I'll eat at least 2 of these now. I could put some of these in the fridge, pop them in the toaster oven later. They're fantastic. Sweet and savory, crunchy, cheesy, wonderfulness. I hope this becomes one of your new favorites. Please be sure to visit my page often and don't forget to subscribe. Happy eating and happy cooking. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.